was that you were there so late last night?
Last night was not late, the night before was late.
Oh, that's true, yes. It would have been.
But fine.
Yeah.
We're now live streaming. Welcome, everybody. This is the special meeting of the Municipal Council. This particular meeting follows our Monday meeting when we dealt with the financial bylaws on first, second, and third reading. And today's agenda essentially to finalize them through a final reading, or what used to be called adoption. So I call the meeting to order. No correspondence to receive. We have a memo at number 2, and number 3 is the final reading of the financial plan bylaw. Now, just before we get going, I do note that Councillor Ney was unable to attend here. She was here Monday when the first, second, and third readings were passed 4-3. So, any suggestions, Mr. Jones, how we might approach this?
Your Worship, I guess it would be appropriate to put the motion on the floor for the financial plan. After you've done that, you should ask if there's any members of the audience who wish to speak to that particular bylaw, and see what occurs amongst members of council.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we have a motion for final reading, please.
Move final reading.
Second.
Any members of the public wish to address us? The grants are here. Okay, they decline. Okay, typically we don't have discussion on final reading, but if anyone wants to say anything at this point. And just if you could, Mr. Jones, in the implication of not doing final reading, or Ms. Cotta.
Your Worship, if Council chooses not to adopt the financial plan, my recommendation would actually be that regardless, the financial plan be adopted as well as the tax rate bylaw as per legislation, and then Council could direct staff to go back and bring forward amending bylaws before the tax notices are issued.
Good. Thank you very much. Discussion? Seeing none, call a question. All in favor? Opposed? 3 opposed. The motion fails on a tie. Thank you very much. What now?
Your Worship, I mean, I appreciate where council is on this. One of the options that a member of council might want to consider, if they so choose, would be to vote in favor and have staff be directed to record in the minutes that vote in favor was to move the bylaw forward, but also note that the councillor was opposed to doing that, but did it for a procedural reason.
Okay, so there's nothing on the floor at this point, but if you wanted to say something, Councillor Murdoch.
Would it work if I left the room?
Well, that would make a whole bunch of difference.
Yes, it would.
Okay, I'm gonna just have to go.
Okay, I'm going to then. Do I need to reconsider the vote then?
Your Worship, should be reconsidered.
Okay, so under my limited powers as a mayor, I'm going to direct that this particular vote be reconsidered.
I'm sorry, Your Worship. It actually, in this particular case, be more appropriate procedurally if there was a member of council who voted with the prevailing side to move a motion to reconsider.
All right. There was no prevailing side because it was a tie.
Sorry, a member of council who voted in favor of the motion.
Okay.
I
Right.
move to reconsider.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Discussion. All in favor? Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted a question for staff. I noticed that the Council's strategic priorities seem to be part of item number 3. By voting in favor of this, are we also voting in favor of the Council's strategic priorities? I just wanted to, or are they there just for informative purposes? Thank you.
Your Worship, they're here for informative purposes, but to be clear, those priorities are included in the budget, funding for them.
So the document itself does not form part of the bylaw,
That's
but the
correct.
funding of them does.
Yes,
Yes.
you're not specifically voting on those, but the funding is in the budget.
Right? So go ahead.
And thank you very much. Thank you for clarifying that. Because I have a fundamental concern with a few of the priorities, and in terms of being of the district having the ability to respond with respect to the priorities that were approved, I'll have to vote against. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are we ready for this? Is the vote to reconsider? All in favor? Opposed? Councillor Braithwaite-Zalka opposed. It passes. The motion for final reading for financial plan bylaw 4691 is now on the floor. Doesn't need to be moved and seconded. It's already been moved and seconded initially.
That's correct.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Councillor Braithwaite-Zalka opposed. It passes. Final reading, please, of tax rates 4692.
Move final reading.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Councillor Zelka opposed. Final reading of refuge collection and disposal amendment bylaw 4693, please.
Move final reading.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? None opposed. And final Boulevard frontage tax amendment bylaw 4694, please.
Move approval.
Seconded.
Okay, moved final reading. Thank you. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? None opposed. Thank you very much. We're almost ready for adjournment, and we do need to explain to anyone watching why we might be dressed rather casually. It's bike train day today. We're Willows and Monterey, and escorted by the police, bike from one school to the other. And some of us will be participating in it. And I wore my bike to work jersey for the very occasion. And we see a bike to work from a couple of years ago there. So we're all ready to go as soon as we adjourn.
Move adjournment?
Second.
You weren't afraid of falling out of your chair. You were just ready to bike, right? Moved and seconded. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? None opposed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everyone coming this early. Thank you.